Hi everyone, it's Erica. Welcome back. I have another process video. Today I'm going to be focusing on the Hip Kit Club dies and using the paper basics. I'm going to punch out a bunch of these snowflakes and floral dies, starflake die, and create a wreath, I think is what I'm going to do. One of my favorite things to do is create like a big circle wreath type element in the center of the page. And I'm going to use these cardstocks to just punch a whole bunch of these out. And then I will embellish with products from the kit, just the different embellishments. I have all the kits. I'll probably add a little bit of mixed media to the background, maybe use a little bit of the stencil with some modeling paste, or I think I have like some Nuvo from this glacier paste. Maybe I'll use this. So we'll see. We're going to start out by just cutting out a whole bunch of these so I can create a really dimensional wreath, and then we will go from there. So I'm going to go ahead and start punching these out, and then I'll be back. Okay, so I am just going to run these through my die cutting machine. I have to use a shim. My machine is super old, but they cut beautifully. You'll see here in just a minute. I'll pull one out and you can see how nice these die cut with this exclusive cardstock. So pretty. Some of them I did have to kind of punch the little pieces out with my poker tool. Some of them fell right out, but that one that I just showed you, the bigger one, like all the pieces fell out perfectly. It was so nice. So I'm just going to do the pink paper, the darker pink, and then a light blue here on camera, and then I turn off the camera and do all of the rest off camera. But I picked like five or six different colors. And I will use those to create the wreath. And then once I get all these punched out, I will show you them in just a second. Okay, so I have all of the die cuts, the little snowflakes and the snowflake floral. So all of it's cut in the different colors. So I'm going to create a wreath with the snowflakes. I decided against the mixed media. I might add some splatter at the end, but for right now, I'm just going to keep it like this. So I'm going to go ahead and fast forward, and you'll see me build this snowflake wreath. Okay, so this was very easy to do. I did trace a circle that I had in my stash with a pencil. I always have some different sized circles that I punched out with my We Are Memory Keepers spin and trim circle cutter, and I just keep them in a drawer. So if I want to create a wreath, I can just trace the circle the size that I need. So that's what I did here. I just traced it lightly with a pencil, and I'm just going to add the snowflakes around the pencil. Just get them positioned where I want them to go, layer them up. And then I will start to adhere them down with some liquid adhesive. I didn't put them in any certain order or anything like that. I just kind of placed them around the page, and I love the way that they look. I do kind of wish I would have added like some stitching or something, because I finally have my sewing machine, or I bought a new sewing machine, but I wasn't even thinking about it. I've been without the sewing machine for so long that I didn't even think to go ahead and use it on this, but some stitching through this wreath would have been super cute and would have added another texture and element to the page. But I do love the way that it turned out in the end. So just getting all of these little pieces stuck down. These are very delicate and pretty snowflakes. These dies are so pretty. I have another idea with the larger dies that I am excited to share with you guys as well. So this was my first layout, and I absolutely love the way that it turned out. Designs like this are like my absolute favorite. They're super easy to do. Tracing a circle in the center of the layout and just placing different elements in that circle or around that circle, super easy, and they're always so pretty and eye-catching. So I really love the way that it turned out. I just keep it on a white background. I don't mat it on anything in the end. I thought about trimming up the sides and then matting it, but I'm just a sucker for a white background. It's my favorite. It's my go-to. I love it, and it's just my style. So it's what I went with for this one too. So just getting these all stuck down, layering them up, kind of bending up the edges of the snowflakes to give them more dimension. I didn't use any foam adhesive on these. I just used little dabs of glue in the center of each little snowflake, and then pulled up the edges just so that they would bend up and add even more dimension. So I'm going to get these all stuck down and show you the final wreath here in just a second. Okay, so I have the die cuts all adhered down to the white cardstock. So you can see them, and they are like layered up. And I have my photos printed. I have printed some photos of my dog, Lola or Beans. She's got a few different names. And this was in the wintertime, and she's got her scarf on because she is a short-haired breed. So she does get very, very cold. And she is such a princess baby that she's very dramatic about it. So usually when it's super cold out, she has a scarf and a sweatshirt, a hoodie, like a hoodie type thing. So I thought this would go good. It was wintertime. We were in the car, but she does have her scarf on, and she has got her little pink harness on. So I thought it would go good with the pink in the photos. So that's what I'm going to use as my photos. Not sure. I'll probably place them down in the center here. That's what I'm thinking. I have the die cuts from both of the ephemera packs from the main kit and then the embellishment kit. I'm not sure exactly which ones I'm going to use. I did pull out the cards from the Pocket Life kit to maybe use as layers behind my photo. Not going to use any of the pattern paper from the kits, I don't think. I think I'm just going to keep it the cardstock and then the embellishments, and then maybe the pages or the cards for layers. And then I have all of the embellishments from the kits. Not exactly sure what I'm going to use, but I really just wanted these snowflakes to shine and just like be the main focus of the layout, but I will tuck some things in here and there. Anywho, so that's what I have going now. So I'm going to go ahead and start building embellishments and adding the photos and layers and things like that. And then we will see how it turns out. Okay, I'm going to start by trimming up the photo, and I just created this little collage using the Pick Frame app, which is one of my favorite apps to create the collages, and then just printed it on my home printer. I have a Canon all-in-one printer that, excuse me, I print my photos out on, and it's just a piece of 4x6 photo paper. So I have these two little strips, and I'm going to mat them on these cards here from the Pocket Life. I picked out a pink one and then a yellow one. And then I'm going to take one of the photos and just use a tape runner to add adhesive to the back of it. And then the other photo that's to the right, I add a strip of foam adhesive just so that one, oh look, her face is so funny. Her eyes were closed and it's just a funny photo of her. So I thought I'd show you a little close-up of her. So I have the one on the right popped up on foam adhesive. So I'm just going to pull out the die cuts and go through them and just pick a few of them out that I want to use. And then I did go through the floral ones, but I don't really use the florals. I use some smaller florals and then a couple of the leaves, but that's about it. I don't do any of the larger photos, which is a shock because I always use the large florals, but I didn't use any large ones on this layout. I'm really, really surprised that I didn't, because I did plan on doing it. You can see all the florals that I picked out there at the top of the layout, and I don't use any of the large ones. So I really wanted the snowflakes to stand out, and so that's what I did. So I'm just adding some of these word strips from the die cut pack to some of the snowflakes, and I have them popped up on foam adhesive. I have this little tab up here at the top that I add, and then this chipboard winter, I have that popped up on foam adhesive. I'm gonna end up pulling out that little snowman as well from the chipboard, and I do cut his little bottom of his body off just so I could tuck it in there, and it fit a lot better once I cut off the bottom part of his little body. Adding just a few little florals there at the top, and then I have a little cluster there at the bottom right of the photos. It's just some Christmas trees, and then a little word strip. There are some little circle die cuts in the die cut pack that I sprinkle around the page, and then some chipboard stars and hearts just to add a little detail around the wreath, and that will pretty much finish it up. The only thing that I end up doing is adding in some white splatter, just with some white acrylic paint, and then some silver splatter that I like to use anytime there's like a wintry layout. I just like to add some type of a silver mist. So I will go through and add a little bit of that, and you'll see that in the photos at the end. I add a couple little things to the center of some of the snowflakes, just to add a little bit more detail to them. And then some of them I left plain with nothing in the center. So I will show you the layout up close here in just a second, and then have some still shots for you guys at the end. Make sure you head on over to the Hip Kit Club website and check out these gorgeous kits. Some of the kits are sold out, but there are still some other ones available, and make sure you check out those dies. So I will leave links down below for you guys. You guys can check it out, and don't forget to hit the notification bell and the subscribe button if you are new to our channel, and I will see you guys soon.